right, the drift truck has been back for a little bit. It is time for disassembly again. So let's start getting this thing tore down and back down to bare frame. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. Like I said, we got the drift truck back in here from fabrication. It is time to begin tearing it back down again. We'll get it back down to bare frame and all that stuff, but we do have some things we need to build first. I want to build a bed rack and a cab rack to be able to move it around, roll it around, all that. So today we're going to start with the bed and we'll see how far we can get, but yeah, let's get to it. If you're just joining us, we sent this truck out to Gym. He has a YouTube channel here on the platform that's fairly large for fabrication, this, that, and the other. He's built his drift truck, everything, so we sent ours to him. He fabricated our rear end and a bunch of other things into this truck, and yeah, let's start getting that bed rack built, and we'll get this thing off of here and take a look at all the work. First things first is I gotta jack it up, get it on some dollies, and we'll roll it out here into the middle of the floor. But it's gonna be super easy this time because look at that. We got ourselves a little jack point right there. Come on. There we go. Let's go under. Holy crap. It's too low for the jack to go under like it used to. All right. Let's push old girl or pull over to the middle here. There we go. Come on now, come on now. That's a little better. Okay, now next up we gotta take all this here lumber and make a bed rack out of it. So I'm gonna cut this 8-foot piece of 4x4 here, and then we'll get it in 4 little sections, and then we'll build the frame around it with our 2x4s here, our little scrap 2x4s, and put some caster wheels on there, and we should be golden, I hope. We'll see. A few hours later and a Lowe's run later, we got the cart complete. This thing is probably, I mean, overdone. You know, I may be missing some supports right here. My drills are dead. All right, actually I was able to get just enough juice in my drill to get some supports on the outside edge here. I don't think, like I said, I don't think this bed is gonna be all that heavy. Once I get it up onto there, I'll probably add a couple more screws in there just to be on the over-engineered side. But for now, I think it's done. Let's roll the truck out of the garage a little bit, and then we'll get the bed off of there and onto this thing, hopefully. And we'll give her just a little push. Forward. The front wheels are going to drop off and it's going to take off a little bit. There we go. And that should be good right there. I rearranged all my workbenches and I have not gotten used to where they are yet. Bed is now loose. So this should work here. I don't have my caster wheels on my cart, do not have locks on them because I didn't see any there at the store. So I'm gonna stick something in the wheel to keep it from rolling, I guess. And we'll give that a shot. Maybe if I put this wood clamp on it. Hey, that kind of works. I'm gonna get the other one and we'll put it on the other like diagonal wheel and that should lock it. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. Let's see here. How can I do this? Let's grab our hoist. Okay, we got some straps in here and I'm just gonna pick it up this way. This seems to be the easiest way to do it. If we can get it just past the frame notch, we should be okay. We're gonna hit the tires, so that's not fun. Probably should have taken those off. Get it up past the bed mount and we should be okay to turn it just like that. What are we hung on here? My new bash bar had us hung there. All right, now let's get that out of here. Just like that. I'm gonna pick it up a little bit more. Get it over the rest of the frame here. All right. Take off my makeshift brakes. Now, let's roll her right in here, just like that. We'll lower her just a little, just a skosh. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this how I thought I was going to, because the feet to the engine hoist are hitting the rack. So, what meow? I know this is like a bunch of gibberish, because you can't really tell. You can't really tell what I'm seeing here, but just trust me for a second. The concern is I'm not gonna be able to get it regardless of how I do it because of the feet on the engine hoist, but maybe I can pick it up onto my engine hoist and then slide it out from under it somehow. Let me pick it up and I'll just set it on top of the engine hoist, and then I'll get the engine hoist out from under it some way or another. Pick it up onto the engine hoist. Let's go. Slide it just like that. Okay, this should be decent enough here to be able to maneuver it. So, slide. Thank you. Slide. There we go. That's how I sort of envisioned it. A little bit farther in, and now we're on the rack. So, I'll lower it, and now we just have to get the hoist out from under it. I'm just gonna sit down here, give it a push. There we go. Now we're gonna slam down. I need a 2x4 or something to help roll this off of here with. This way it's not such a drastic drop after it falls off of the engine hoist. And doink. Easy peasy, you know? Can I slide this forward now that it's on here? I can. Okay, that's that. We have ourselves a bed rack. Woo. What was that all about? Oh, we rolled off of the rolled off of the 2x4. Here. There we go. Now we're on the ground. Excellent, excellent. Now this is really gonna make things easy to work on this bed. We can flip the bed over and put it on here and do the underside of the bed. This is gonna be very, very handy. Now, you'll notice that it does take up quite a bit of space here in the garage, so we're gonna have to roll this outside. We'll tarp it, stuff like that, to get the Evo back in here and get the truck back in here. But aside from that, this is gonna be pretty legit. Look at this. These casters work super well. I put some big, like 3.5-inch lag bolts into these casters, so they go pretty far into the 4x4. This rack is just made from 4x4s and 2x4s. So 4x4s obviously are the legs, and then the framing obviously is the 2x4s, but 3.5 inches into a 4x4, I don't think they're gonna like get pulled out or nothing like that. And these casters seem to roll pretty well, so not too worried about it, honestly, as far as like the structure goes, but man, I am happy with this. Now, let's look at all the cool fancy fab work we got going on here. Okay, obviously we've got the frame notch. We've got Mazda Miata coilovers. If you're just joining, I'll go over all this here, but Mazda Miata coilovers, Subaru, BRZ, FRS, rear end, rear diff, all that stuff is in there, nicely fabricated. It's almost like it was supposed to be in this truck. There wasn't that much needed to get it in here from what he said and from what I can see. I mean, barely had to make some mounts for it, but super stoked about this. We've got our radium fuel cell cage here. I wanted it to be removable, so he made these little arms here and welded that in place and bolted that down, so we can remove this fuel cell if we need to, do other things, yada yada. And then we have our little bash beam here with our little jack point and all that back here, and that basically rounds out the fabrication work here in the rear of the truck. This was way outside of my skill set. I want to teach myself how to weld this year, but I'm going to cross my fingers I can make that happen. But anyway, this was way outside of my skill set, and I did not want to like learn and try on like very, we'll say, important components here with the rear end and the suspension and all that stuff. So sending it to Gingium was super exciting for me. I was excited to have him work on it, being as he built his drift truck. He knew kind of like what to do and what was needed and all that kind of stuff, and it was just a very seamless process. Okay, let's finish getting some stuff off of this truck here. We're gonna do the hood. I'm gonna go ahead and prop it up here so I can get to the hardware. Actually, we'll do the fenders first. Off. Off. Since we are replacing this hood anyway, might as well go ahead and get it off of the hinges. There we go. Whew, all right. Do I want to take off the doors today? I think I do. I mean, we might as well, we're right here. Yeah, hell with it. Because we have to get this engine to a shop in like a week. So the more progress I can make now, the better. Let's just get it done, you know what I mean? Putting my painter's tape on the back of the brackets did wonders for not scratching up my epoxy. I need a bigger extension. You might be saying, this would be a whole lot easier if you had like power tools and stuff like that. Yeah, probably. But I don't really like to use power tools on stuff like this. It's like, what's stopping me from doing this? Like, I can get this off in just as much time as a drill could. Like, it doesn't really affect me any as far as like speed goes. I mean, that one's out. It's like, how much different is that doing it by hand than a power tool? Just like, do the work and use the tools. It's like, I don't know. All right, we're gonna have to hold this door here, I think. It's still like latched on the back, but just don't trust it. Unlatch, boink. There we go. Now see, this one's not staying like the other side did. That's what I was talking about. Ouch. Still latched like the other one was, but for some reason it's wanting to fall. All right, we got it. Easy peasy. Whew, I'm gonna have to clean this thing out again. We're gonna scuff it up, and then we're gonna put epoxy on top of this epoxy. And then while that is in its like top coat window, we'll spray some paint in here. Alrighty. Okay, so the next thing to come off is the cab, but I have to build a rack much like we did for the bed for this thing, but I'm gonna make it a little bit wider so it can roll over top the frame in and out of the garage. But I have to figure out how to design that, because obviously I can't have the supports like on the bottom because it has to like roll under the frame and all that stuff. And so, you know, obviously it can't get past this because of that. So most of the support is gonna be like on the sides and like on the top portion of it, I think. Just gotta figure out how to work that out and design that. In my head, I have a way to do it, but I don't know if it's gonna work out that way or not. So anyway, I think that is gonna do it for this one. We got the bed off, we got the doors off, the hood, the fender, everything is basically stripped down now except for the cab, and then we're basically down to bare frame. Once we get the cab off, and I figure out how to make that rack, we'll get the cab off of there, and then we're gonna take off the rear end and get that dropped out of the frame. We'll take off our fuel cell cage, get that out of the frame, get the engine out and all that stuff, and then we are actually bare frame. And then I gotta figure out if I'm going to have this frame sandblasted or I'm gonna do it myself and just grind off the old paint and rust and all that stuff. Or maybe get a sandblast kit and like do it myself. I've seen a couple to like, you can do it yourself, like attach it to an air hose, do it that way. Got to figure that out, but I need to do it pretty quickly because we're making a lot of progress here. And so anyway, if you got this far, I do appreciate it very much. As always, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about all the fab work and the work we're doing here and all that kind of stuff. I'd love to hear it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.